Shalom, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about the greatest commandment that is revealed in the Heavenly Scroll. And I tell you all, this is the most creative way, most awesome way Yahweh created this in the Heavenly Scroll. It's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind. I was like, whoa, that's so awesome, man. Oh, my laws are written, his laws, those laws, commands are written in heaven scrolls and stars, all there. And as you see in Psalm 119:89, your word, Yahweh, is eternal, it stands firm in the heavens. So his word is eternal, it is in the heavens, literally. And many Christians, they believe, oh, the law is done away, we're saved by faith and grace. I wonder where this teaching comes from. Well, for one, it comes from Christianity. And secondly, it comes from Paul, the false apostle, who says in Romans 10:4, for Messiah is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone who believes. So he's basically telling us right here that the law is done away with. The law is ended. Messiah ended the law. He got many scriptures saying this in his books, like in Galatians, he says all nailed on the cross. I mean, not Galatians, Colossians, yeah, Colossians 2:14. He says, Paul says Messiah nailed the law on the cross. Like, what? What are you talking about, dude? Like, no. The only thing that's suspended from the law is sacrifices and stoning people. That's it. But the entire law is not done away. Okay? No, no way. And Paul is an imposter, and Yahushua gives us a clue in Revelations 2:2. I want you all to know that every time I color the writing red as when Yahushua is speaking, so you need to pay attention to his words. Okay, so here you go. To the assembly of Ephesians, I know your deeds, your hard work, and your perseverance. I know that you cannot tolerate wicked people, that you have tested those who claim to be apostles, but are not, and found them false. First of all, let's see. He is referring this to the assembly of Ephesians, right? You ever notice how come Yahushua, when he's mentioning these 7 assemblies, he never mentions Paul or anything, right? He never if he was a true apostle, I feel like Messiah would have acknowledged him, right? But he exposed him, technically, be a false apostle, but he couldn't go out and say his name. So it's kind of like he gave us clues that he's a false apostle. People got to see it, their eyes. So if we read Ephesians 1:1, but Paul says, Paul, an apostle of Messiah, Yahushua, by the will of Yahweh, to set apart people in Ephesus, the faithful in Yahushua. So these people were faithful to Yahushua. So he's in the assembly of Ephesus. And if you read Revelation 2:2, he's telling them, he's giving them a congratulations that you have you tested those who claim to be apostle but are not, and you found them false. So clearly they knew. They knew that he was a false apostle. This man taught against Yahweh's laws and commandments. So I will advise you all, please be careful reading his books. He mixes truth with lies, And I feel like if someone ever teaches anything against Torah, you should always be like, okay, red flag, red flag, red flag, big time. So yeah, be careful reading Paul books. He is a false apostle. He was a Pharisee for one. He was killing Yahushua's people at the beginning. And that little bogus story, him meeting Yahushua on the road to Damascus. Get out of here with that crap. Anyway, Matthew 5:17-18. This is what Yahushua tell us. Listen to Yahushua words, not Paul words. That's what we need to do. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. But For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen will by any means disappear from the law until everything is accomplished. So if you all look outside right now, you see heaven, right? Look at the ground, you see earth, right? Okay, so the law is not done away. Okay? No. If you read Psalm 19, 144, Psalm 19, verse 44, so shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever. So yeah, that's not gonna stop. So if you all believe in that, man, you guys gotta stop that. Read the first 5 books, and because how shall I tell us? If you love me, you will keep my commandments. So if you love the Messiah, how shall you love him truly? You will keep his laws. And commit no question, no ifs or buts, nothing about it. Okay, you're gonna do it because you love him. You're gonna show that. Your actions gonna show, not just by you're just saying, "Oh, I have faith." You know, words like saying. My mom always told me, my grandparents, actions speak louder than words. So your actions gonna show you love Messiah. How shall I? Okay, so yeah. But anyway, this is the greatest commandment. Um, Messiah tells us, and Moses did. So it was in both the so-called Old and New Testament. And also, I want to break this down. There's no such thing as 2 testaments. It's all one. Okay, no old or new. It's all one testament. That's all made up by man. The testament thing, because Messiah even quotes from the so-called Old Testament a lot. He quoted right here. So, teacher, what is the greatest law? Command the law. How shall I reply? I love Yahweh, your Elohim, all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these 2 commandments. Then Deuteronomy 6:5. Hear, O Jacob, Yahweh your Elohim is one. You shall love Yahweh Elohim all your heart, soul, and mind, all your might. And these words I command you today shall be on your heart. Deuteronomy 6:5. And if you all been watching that video for past couple videos, I explained that the heavens revealed knowledge. It reveals Yahweh's words. And read Psalm 19, verse 1 through 2. Yahweh, the heavens declare the esteem of Yahweh. The sky proclaim the works of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night unto night they reveal knowledge. And I'm going to show you all. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for your mind to be blown out of this world, out of this universe? I'm going to show you how the heavenly scroll, that how it reveals the greatest commandment. It's going to be awesome. And you all going to see, like, whoa, this is pretty deep. Yeah, it's pretty deep. So, okay. So we have the Heart Nebula located in Cassiopeia constellation. This connects with love Yahweh with all your heart. Heart Nebula. Oh, yep. There goes the first one. Now, there's more. Oh, wait, there's more. You have, and with all your soul, this is the Soul Nebula located in Cassiopeia. Oh, yeah, I'm not making this up, people. This is actually, look this up yourself. No, always do your own research. I always encourage that. I always do that. But this is the Soul Nebula. And then we have the Mind or Brain Nebula, which is your mind. Really do look like a brain, like your mind. So here we go. We got love Yahweh with all your heart, soul, and mind. Like, wow. I mean, hey, you got me. That's pretty awesome. And then in the second, it's like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. So these are the 12 constellations that you see. And these 12 constellations represents the 12 tribes of Jacob, right? And these 12 constellations are neighbors because They are very close, and they travel along the ecliptic line where the sun travels through throughout the whole year. And our fellow Jacobite, our fellow neighbor, our fellow Hebrew Jacobite are those who are in covenant with Yahushai. And our neighbors are those who love Yahushai, you know. And Yahushua, when he was on earth, he told us, because someone came out and said, your mother and father here. And he was like, he looked at his, like, disciples, apostles saying that, he said, my true family are those who do the will of my father. So, you know, because people think neighbor just mean, oh, just love your actual neighbor next door, but your neighbor probably, he probably worship a different deity, probably a person, probably a warlock, or dude probably atheist. So it's not talking about that. I'm talking about actual fellow covenant brother or sister in covenant, So in Leviticus 19:8, it said, do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Jacobite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh. Then Psalm 19:63 kind of gives you a clue. I am a friend to all who fear you, to all who follow your precepts. See? Then here go that scripture I tell you I was just talking about. Mark 3, chapter 3, verse 33-35. How shall I reply, who is my mother? Who are my brothers? Then he looked at those around him and said, look, these are my mother and brothers. Anyone who does Yahweh's will is my brother and sister and mother. So that is the will. That is the will of the Father. The will is basically obeying Yahweh laws and commandments. That's his will. So yeah. See, so even Messiah Hashai letting us know like who are truly neighbors, are truly our friends, like there's those who are in covenant. So yeah, it's not just a random person next door. No, that's not how it is. And and it also shows you that it's not about skin color too. A lot of people out there too, they teach about black, like only black people be saved. On this YouTube channel, I'm not teaching that. There's salvation for all of Yahweh's creation. Uh, whites, Mexicans, blacks, Puerto Rican. A lot of nationalities out there. That's like people that were actually, Jacobites who are like different color. They don't gotta be just black people. So that's what they're confused about. But even if someone's a non-Jacobite, if they come to know Yahushua and draft in, they can be in covenant, they obey his laws and commandments, they can be drafted in. They could be drafted in and be part of his family. So, and we get this clue in Ezekiel 47:22. It says, you are to allot it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the foreigners residing among you and who have children. You are to consider them as a native born Jacobite. Yeah, you heard me. Native born Jacobite. Along with you, they are to be allotted an inheritance among the tribes of Jacob. So right there, we give them a clue that people who are non-Jacobites, when they drafted in, they are considered a native Jacobite. They are part of the family now. So people who teach these things, man, YouTube, man, they need to stop doing that because they're making it seem like Yahushua, they're all about black skinned people. And it's not the case. No, stop it. Stop the lie. Read your books. People like that didn't read their books and read actual scripture because scripture did not teach nothing like that at all. So yeah. And just, yeah, it's all these lies. It's just crazy. So yeah. And also, I realized that those scriptures, the nebulous heart, soul, heart and minds, I thought about the scripture Jeremiah 31:33. But this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Jacob after those days, says Yahweh. I will put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts, and I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. So that is so awesome how that is in the heaven scroll. Like, the heart and mind. Like His laws are written in our hearts and minds. So yeah, it's amazing. It's really really amazing. Like like people don't ever. I I don't really see videos like people make videos about this with the heaven scroll. I see a few people out there, very few, yeah, very few, but yeah. And no, these no. So let these nebulas be a constant reminder to you all to love your heart, soul, and mind. And I thought about Psalm 33 verse 6. It says, "By the word of Yahweh the heavens were made, their stereo hosts, by the breath of His mouth." So by His word, by His word, He made the heavens. So I kind of see like the word of Yahweh to prove that the heavens simply reveals word, pretty much. So yeah, and it reveals everything, like beginning before we were born, like for everything was already written in the star, like for every like books of scriptures. Well, people call them Bibles, but I don't call it that. I call it book of scriptures, you know, because the word Bible connects with the Phoenician goddess Biblos. So, and that word Bible comes from that deity name. So I call it book of scriptures. So, in this case, y'all might be wondering why you call it that. That's why I call it that. And yeah. So yeah, the word of Yahweh reveals this is in Hell Scroll. So yes. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you all enjoyed this video. And as always, remember to love Yahweh by your heart, soul, and mind. And just don't believe the lies of Christianity, Christian doctrine, how just being saved by faith, grace, and law is done away with. This is not the case because, well, clearly there's a creator who created all things who's telling us above to love Him all His heart, soul, and mind. And to love Him, gotta do His will, obey His laws, commandments, not just sit around thinking, oh, I got a free pass to heaven, or to the kingdom. Oh, I just gotta have faith and believe in His Son. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Like, no, don't think that way. That's not how I'm supposed to think. No, because how should I say, this road is narrow. Few are finding it. It's not easy. It's not that easy. No, at all. But anyway, folks, you all have a great one. And stay tuned and see you all soon. Shalom.